What's up, gang? What's up, Don? Don Julio. Don Julio. Actifulio. Hey, what'd you guys catch today? Today was a pretty decent day. We had a lot of good moves today. If you want to know something, I don't even know my own passwords. I use Apple, and I have Apple create a difficult password for everything. So I don't even know the passwords. So even if somebody was like, oh yeah, insert your password here. Buddy, I don't even know it. It's like question mark, triangle, 2479, exclamation point, eyeball. Wild stuff. Before we continue up here, I would like an attempt to come down and at least try to re-break the lows. Because for this to be the low off of one candle, when that happens to you, Julio, start really write that down. Say, okay, I had an idea for a setup at this level because of this reason, and it worked out and it ran. And then the next time you come up with that idea again, you write it down again and again and again. And then when you're like, holy shit, I've noticed this like 20 times, where every time I notice this, this happens. I've noticed it 20 times. So that's when you start executing on those ideas. That's how I started executing on my breakout trades. That's how I started executing on the money printer. That's how I started executing on a lot of the trades, like especially the breakout trade, where I was like, all right, man, I'm waiting for buys and I see this fly up way too many times, and I've seen it fly up past the highs too many times. And when price is creating structure on its way to the highs, let's say price is coming up creating structure on our way to the daily high here, the first break of the daily high with proper structure on the way up will likely give you a nice pop. You can take advantage of that pop, scalp it. Most likely it'll get you break even, and then the second pop is really the bigger move, and you can catch that second pop and literally scalp two moves out of one breakout, knowing that it's gonna break out with the way that it's forming. Today I had my best trade that I've ever had in one shot on the Nasdaq. My second highest pip count trade. Oh, bro, you're lucky. When I wake up, I look at the charts, I feel like I can see everything. So I instantly take a position, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh shit, that was bad. I wish I was foggy in the morning before I took a position. But look, I had sells right here. I took a sell on NQ. What was the price point? $23.20. 337. So I took a short here. Once this broke the low, I took a short here. And I caught 60 pips. My stops were above this level here. So I closed right here. That was a beautiful fucking trade. 60 pips in 30 seconds. I put a recording in the Discord. So we just money printed here on the 5. Hey, honestly, you can. You will. You most likely will. If you just attempt NQ at every single major support or resistance, bro, you got it. I mean, let's just look at the hourly. Let's say you would have took a sell off this resistance here. It would have worked. It would have worked. It would have worked. So that the first one was 957 pips. The second one was 1,200 pips. And the third one was 2,500 pips. So if you would have taken like 100 pip loss here, 100 pip loss here, 100 pip loss here to finally catch that 2,000 pip play, 60 pips is the longest that, no, not the longest that I've held. It's my biggest instant TP trade. My TP was at 60 pips. And so I would say no and yeah, because the last trade that I ran for 150 pips that I fully closed at 150 pips, the trade that I ran for 150 pips, it was an evaluation account, and it was on an evaluation account, and what's it called? No, it was on a challenge account for the top 1 challenge for what's this guy's name? Time to Eat. So it was during his challenge, and honestly, I just said fuck it, I'm gonna take the trade and then hold it. And I wasn't even planned. It wasn't even really planned, to be honest. It just ran 150 pips. So my first real trade that was planned and everything, yeah, it ran 60 pips full closure, and it did it in 2 minutes. So I can't complain. I'm gonna show you guys the trade. I screen recorded it. Come on. Oh, wow. Come on. Right here. I couldn't even close it, hit TP. This is a good song too if you guys want to listen to it. This is a banger trade. So we money printed off this level and we started rejecting back down, right? And we're starting to come back down. I do think we need another retest of the lows, to be honest. We need to come down for an hourly bottom wick. Sorry, we need to... So we need to do 2 things. We have a top wick here that we haven't tapped, that we haven't made. And on the 30, we have a bottom wick here that we haven't made. Which one's it going to do first? If it wants to come up and create that top wick for the hourly, it's going to need to come down and create that top wick for the 30 first. That's what I'm assuming. Because if it just keeps driving up, without forming a bottom wick on the 30, then the buys towards this top wick are kind of looking like more like sells. It just looks like a liquidity grab. If I could have gotten in here on the money printer, I think that's where I wanted to get in at, up here. I do think this is going to come down to at least a 30-minute flip. Let's give it a couple more minutes and see if we can start to scoop under, maybe retest once more, and then I'll have a sell stop. It might just dump without me. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like that's the top wick for the 30 after tapping this area. Come down to make a bottom wick for the 30 at this support, wick down, and then flip bullish again. So we can either risk it a little bit and take these sells here down to this area, or wait till we tap this area and see if we confirm it as a support for the bottom wick on the 30, and then a flip bullish to take more buys. But these sells here were not bad. I could have taken a wick entry here off the 30-minute high. But I don't really take too many wick entries. I'd rather take the money printer where I think my wick entry is. So I will never ever be able to pass a top one trade because, yeah, look at that. That was a really good setup right here. A really good top wick entry. I was like contemplating market executing here, but that's not really my style. I'd rather know that that's happening, let that play out, and even if that 30-minute flips, all we're gonna do is just get another retest of the low probably before. Or are we gonna just keep dumping? No, this is too strong of a support. We already tested it once and failed to continue up very high. We rejected this major resistance. If we do confirm this as a support, these highs will likely be broken because we just grabbed orders lower here, and I think these highs will likely be broken. Yeah, what is this? What is this called? A divergence? A bullish divergence? I don't know. All I know is those sells were fucking clean, and I really, really like them. That shit just hit full TP for 25 pips. No drawdown. Yeah. I was trying to get in here on the money printer. This is the 30 flip. Is the 30 gonna come down in wick fill? We'll know if we destroy this level. Did close below, we came up, we grabbed the top wick. We really have to destroy this level to take sells down for a continuation. Because look, no bottom wick on this 15. This candle came down, creating a bottom wick. What if we just grab orders here and flip bullish? That's a 5-minute closure here. The 5-minute close respecting. How steep is this top wick going to be? So, the US is about to start storing some Bitcoin and Bitcoin dumps. What does that tell you? It tells you that I think people that if the US is gonna start investing in Bitcoin, they don't want to buy at 100,000, bro. They want a better price. If they were smart about it, they would say whatever bad thing about crypto they can so the price can dump so that they can then announce their first $100 billion investment into Bitcoin. But it hasn't been a reserve yet. So who knows if they're just buying it and fucking what are they doing with it? The reserve means they can't spend it. And with the amount that we will be saving, if they invest a portion of that into Bitcoin in the future, that can literally pay off our entire deficit once. Bro, it's crazy. This is really good for Bitcoin. Options, you were right once again. Yeah, just wait. Give this stream a couple more years. Options is gonna have his own crypto section. And he's gonna be like, I told you to hodl. I told you. Yeah, he's very optimistic about Bitcoin. Anytime somebody bashes Bitcoin, he's like, hey yo, chill the fuck out. And now that it's a reserve, right once again. My man's is correct. If Bitcoin plummeted, why does gold keep plummeting? Even though we have more tariff news and really bad US news, why is gold dying? This is why fundamentals hurt my brain. I'd rather just trade support and resistance. Like shit, man. We saw this yesterday, right? Where we had the same setup for buys yesterday, and we were looking at taking buys here, but I decided against it, and price dumped, and we had to. Some of you guys had to pineapple out. This is the same situation that happened yesterday. Once we reject off these lows after a massive dump like this, we usually come back down to at least retest some of these levels before actually breaking out. So I've been saving myself some drawdown by not taking my setup on the first try coming out of here without retesting the low. One thing that I would like to wait for is for like these SMAs to maybe catch up and to be underneath, right? That tells me the moving average of price is lower than where the candles are. So I don't know how that works. I just know it fucking works. I don't know how these moving averages work. I don't know shit. I just know the 10 and the 20 do some cool shit when they cross and when they scoop. And when I pair that with my candle setups, I get a very, 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 very high percentage win rate. And I started doing this like a week and a half ago, and every single trade, the majority have just went bow right into profit, bow right into profit, bow right into profit, like the video that you guys saw earlier. The majority. I think my average trade time is like less than 2 minutes, bro. Less than 3 minutes. I'm gonna wait for this hourly closure. Well, that's the thing, that if you have a position running, right? and you're in profit and it's at 100K, we've already seen what Bitcoin does when it makes all-time highs, rejects, finds a low, and then comes back to re-break all-time highs. We've seen it from 5,000 to 8,000. We've seen it from 8,000 to 15,000. We've seen it from 15,000 to 30, from 30 to 50, from 50 to 70, from 70 to 90, from 90 to 100, back down to like 80. We've seen it a million times. We've seen it go all the way up to like, what did it do? Like 80 or something. And then it dropped like 50% of the value. And then it came all the way back up 150%. Like we've seen this year over year over year with Bitcoin. The people are keeping its value like crazy, bro. This shit is for the people, by the people. It's actually for the people, by the people. We the people is Bitcoin. Literally. Bitcoin's got no real value. It's not, it's tangible. It's online. The value is in us talking about that shit. Jay, my dog. The value is in its utility. Like air. The value it's in is utility. Yo, all I know is nothing. I don't know nothing. Hey, bro. Trust me, last night I cut it right at 10 o'clock on the dot and I went right to fucking sleep. And this morning, I snoozed my alarm 2 more times and I'm like, that sense of relief when you finally sleep real good. I woke up and I'm like, this is how it's supposed to feel when I don't want to get up from bed. When I don't want to get up and I just want to stay in bed. Usually, I want to get up right away. Alarm rings, I'm up. Yo, give me 1 minute. Oh, so you're gonna run right before 8, huh? Fifteens are respecting. We're likely gonna get a pop here. Yeah, if only you pulled back first, I was gonna set a buy stop. On futures, it gives us a tiny bottom wick. I might not need the bottom wick on at that 8 open. That would have been 20 pips. Yeah, I made bank yesterday during NY session. This NY session, I made 220.4 pips. Holy shit, dude. Jeez, 388 and 459? Holy shit. That's savagery. My closes recently have been so bad. I close that price just shoots up right as I close and I miss out on so much profits. Yeah. 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 You have to get you have to screenshot all of your trades 20 minutes after you close. Screenshot them. And at the end of the week, go back and count how many pips did it actually run for? How many pips did it actually run for? How many pips did it actually run for? Key in on that, bro. Key in. That's how I caught 68 pips today. How I caught 40 or 30 pips on the first trade. And bro, on the first trade, I took a pineapple and I set my TP in profit on both positions and caught 30 pips on both entries. And then on the second one, it was one entry for full 60 pip closure because on average, my trades run for about 20 to 30 pips. So I've been putting my TP anywhere between like 15 to like 20, and I've been trying to just hold straight to my TP, or go break even by like 10, 11, and just hold and say, okay, cool. I'm more mad when I miss out on this 20, 30 pip run than I am happy when I catch 10 pips. So I'd rather break even on these 10 pips and potentially catch that 20 pip push. So I've been using ChatGPT to explain a lot of news for me and shit. And the news we had the other day was a preview of NFP, and a lot of the times that folder won't give you accurate information on what's going to happen. So price will often do the opposite of what that red folder says because that's like pre-information and it's a guess and it's not always correct. So I was like, wow, that makes so much sense why sometimes I wait for a red folder, I see bad news, I'm waiting for gold to fly up, it's at support, I press buy when it's at support, we have bad news, we wick down, it should flip from there, you know, you're thinking fundamentally, right? And then it just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping, and it never flips bullish, it just never comes back up. And then the only pullback that it does is only for a continuation down. I have two accounts resetting on the 25th of this month, so I'm just gonna work on my live account and my evaluations for the rest of, or my funded accounts for the rest of the month. And then once those two resets, I'll take a break and then I'll try to pass those two evaluations and then add two more to the arsenal. And that's probably how I'm gonna do it. Like trade for a month and then take like a week or two to pass a couple more evals, add them to the arsenal, trade the funded accounts for a month and my live at the same time, and then take another couple evals and just load up until I get the full 20. So the hourly closed, the hourly tried to flip bearish, the hourly failed. The 30-minute formed some support here. We retested the 30-minute low And now we're attempting to flip bullish. Is this usually the drive? Not often. We need to like really... That's a few weeks to the downside here. What up, Loss? I'm bringing out the casino. Alright. On the 1 minute, this looks clean. Not on the 5. Or the 15. Let's give it a little bit more time to do something. This has been a good ass month. A really good month. Apart from trading, we hit some real life goals. We landed a contract with a famous boxer. I'm not going to try to say his name on stream or anything, but if you ask me in private, I'll tell you. But a famous boxer, we're remodeling his whole gym. 7,000 square feet. So it's related to the two names you guys said there. Not Canelo, but the other two names. This is the house, look. You can see the Michael Jordan fucking... That shit is huge. It's at the end of the street. He's got the whole end of the street to himself. And it's going to be a 7,000 square foot gym, so you know for a fact he's going to be training there. So the next fight, it's going to be ready by the next fight. It's going to take like 6 months to build. It's going to be ready by the next fight, and I'm going to be the guy doing maintenance there. Man. Man. If I get to see him, bro, yeah, yes. Still active. That would be wild. Now, people with that kind of money have bodyguards on them 24/7. So even if I'm there, he's probably gonna have like 30 bodyguards around him, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, what's that guy doing in the corner, taking a video?" No, that's not me, bro. I'm trading. I'm trading here in the corner. I'm not taking a video, you guys. I'm in a position in drawdown. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. Nah, man, this is not a picture, bro. This is a screenshot of me blowing my account. A sell would have been nice here. But now that it respected here, this zone is trash. I need a breakout. Me and my cousin yesterday tried to Google where he lives, and we couldn't find it anywhere. We asked AI, we asked Gronk, we asked everything, and we couldn't find it. We went through Reddit threads, we couldn't find it. And then I just asked my uncle today, and he's like, "Oh yeah, look, here's the address." That's hilarious. The internet is dying to have the information that I have. That's crazy. It's like at my the company I worked at before for a couple of years. We had Tiger Woods as a client, And he was never really around because he divorced his wife and she got to keep the house or at least stay in the house, and it was always her and the kids, and those were the ones that I saw often, but I never saw him ever. She basically stayed in a house with like 30 air conditioners, so it took us 3 days to do maintenance there. We still have this client, but his parents live in the house. Is a famous football player. We didn't he didn't really give a fuck if we took pictures with him and shit. I just didn't know who he was, so I didn't take a picture. Um Jason Pierre, Jason something Pierre. He got signed for like 65 million. He bought a house for his mom for like a few million, and then he bought himself a $15 million mansion, and we remodeled both of them, and then never heard from him again. Probably new money. Probably doesn't know that you need maintenance on your shit. No. Jason Pierre Paul, not Thomas. He plays for the Eagles. Or for the what the fuck did he play for? For the Saints. No, not the Saints. What the fuck? I don't know shit about football, bro. Oh no, that's because he's in different uniforms. Ravens, yeah. I have his phone number if you guys want it. I'm just kidding. That's crazy. I still have it. That's how people get fucking opportunities. They just take a chance and call him. You're like, yo, I know this is weird, but yeah, we haven't been to his house in about a year. Look at these payments, bro. Thousands of dollars. He just don't give a fuck. He just says swipe, 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 swipe. Jason Pierre. Yeah, you meet some rich people doing air conditioning down here. Pierre Thomas for bro, if you're a Super Bowl player and you blow your hand up with fireworks, my brother, you better start doing motivational speeches. Yeah. Four at once? Hmm. That'll cost you a pretty penny. At least. So we do a labor discount for doing them in the same day. Um, but let's say they're just regular units, 6,000 each, 7,000 each. Yeah, it depends on the size. The bigger ones are like 10K. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. The only trade that I was looking at was this dump here at 7. And then I'm looking for buys once we pop out of this range for the continuation up. But I do think we're probably going to come down and grab more orders if we're just hovering here without breaking out. Hold on, give me 1 minute. $10K a pop. Yep. And that's the thing, that you want them to last as long as possible, but people don't keep up with maintenance prices, right? That's not something that you keep in the back of your mind. 5 years ago, they would have been 7K a pop. So they would have saved $12,000 by doing it 5 years ago, and 12,000 5 years ago is worth more than 12,000 right now. And that's like one thing that I saw this some guy with money I saw on YouTube. The video just popped up where he's like, if I have very low interest debt, my money invested will make me more money in ROI than paying off that low interest debt, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be making more money with 100,000 invested, making me 15% a year, versus having 100K in debt and paying like a 2% loan or a 3% loan if you have a low interest rate. And the guy's like, when I have to pay that 100K back in 5-6 years from now, 100K in 6 years is going to be worth less money than my 100K right now. My 100K right now is non-inflated dollars. It's worth way more than it's going to be in 5 years. What if the economy crashes in 5 years and now 100K is really like 110K or 120K? So now not only are you paying interest, you're losing value of a dollar, or what's it called? You're losing the value of a dollar by paying your 100K now. In the future, it could be worth a lot more money. So if you invest, so it just depends on how your debt is, but in the future, bro, debt is good. Some good shit. All right, we just started breaking out of here. 15 is breaking the lows. The 5 is breaking the lows. Yeah, it made a lot of sense what that guy was saying. I was fucking with it. I'm gonna have a sell stop here. With this tiny bottom weight closure, it might pop, pull back, and then pop into a little bit later on. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I have a sell stop at the bottom, because it would have to re-break the low. We have a lot of rejections from the upside for it to be valid, right? But we also have a lot of minor levels here and a lot of wicks that are very, very recent. So could we be mimicking lower high, and then how it just wicks into the previous range? Deleting that. You know, it could be mimicking what it does here, where it actually drives and then it comes back down to this level, rejects, comes right all the way back up to these highs. And then once we hit this high, we come back down to this fucking low again and then come back up. So we could be doing something very similar to that. Right? So it could be mimicking this exact same move. Or it came to this high, then it came down. Now it'll come over to this high before coming here and then flying up again. So we just did exactly that, right? We came down, we rejected, came up, support, and then if you look, this support aligns with this one. This one could possibly align with the wicks down here. So we're getting very similar motion. So let's see. Let's be patient. That's why it's a sell stop, break, retest, then it has to break this level for it to be a valid break and retest. And that's why I took an entry there. Why I wanted to take an entry there. So only if once we retested, we had to re-break for it to be valid. And that's why I put a sell stop and not a market execution. What are we doing here? Let's see. Alright, we officially broke out on the 5-minute. We closed back in range. Will we re-break the lows or continue bullish? It's just too choppy for a money printer for me. That candle gapping down and then gapping back up, I wouldn't have been able to take an entry on that. Sitting on our hands till that 30 closure. Remember, we're in a chop zone. The zone can get you chopped up. Don't fall for it. Yo, everybody in West Palm Beach today thought they saw a UFO. There was a plane flying with like the fog lights on through a cloud, and all you could see was like a bright light in the middle like this, and then you saw like an aura glow around it and just flying with it, and it looked insane, and I thought it was like a ghost. Look at this. Let's see if you guys can see it there. Basically, you just see like a little circle and then just gas around it, and it looked like a floating orb. And it looked like it was like flaming in the middle. And it turned out to just be a plane landing right next to my fucking house. Tell me that's not crazy. 15 grab liquidity and didn't close outside of the range. Expect a retest of the top. Yeah, that's why I have this zone here as a fuck around and find out zone. This is so here valid sells, cool. Valid buys, cool. But now when we reject it again and then respect it again and then reject it again and then respect it again, this is trash zone. This zone is what you call clapped zone. This is where you get fucking clapped. Okay. Damn, why would you tell me on Thursday?
I just texted her asking her. Well, she did say all black on the thing, but I had texted her just in case. I was like, let me ask her if I can wear my black jersey, and she said no. So we gotta dress kind of classy.
Gay. All right. Okay.
Where I put my look. This guy, when I went to the smoke shop to buy the bowl, I was like, well, I need something to fit it in where it like.
Yep. Yep. You really want to be patient. Like, so this is where pattern trading kills a lot of traders because this zone, this is in my opinion, right? You don't have to. Can I turn down the Zoom volume? My voice or the music? Music. You gotta specify. Um, so this is where pattern traders get wrecked, right? You're in a zone where price isn't moving, our moving averages are consolidating, you're respecting bouncing up and down, and then you start seeing your setups form. And you're like, oh shit, my setup is starting to form. But look at this fucking chop, bro. Just because you see your pattern, your wedge, you see your trend line breakout, you see your money printer, you see your FVG getting tapped, a lot of it is not even playing out here or consolidating for forever, getting you stopped out break even and then driving, you know? I'd rather watch the move, get lost, miss the move, the first move, and then catch the continuation. If we were to break out initially here, boom, 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 cool. That breakout valid, right? You made the high, created the support, now you have to re-break that high for it to be considered a breakout. Buy stop, price never activated the buy stop, deleted the buy stop. Then you start looking here, we respect the support here, cool. A buy off of the first support, this is a good buy. When price rejected here and respected this level again and respected here, you're like, all right, now we're in a range. This too is what made this a range. You're like, all right, now we're in a fucking range. And then this confirmed the range. And then this was a fake out, back into range. And then you just got another one, back into range. Let's see how steep. If this comes back up to the middle of the range, then tonight's session might be fucking this, bro. Gold might not know how to react to Trump making Bitcoin a reserve, which means, what did I tell you, options, that when they find out there's no gold in that vault, they're gonna make crypto USD, USA USD type shit. So either they're gonna make their own crypto and back it with something with whatever they with whatever the current gold they have or some shit, or they're gonna adopt a cryptocurrency. And what did Trump just do? Adopted a cryptocurrency. So that makes my theory of them of us not having any fucking gold seemingly more true. That's wild. Of us not having any gold. What's that backed by? The US dollar? The trashest dollar in the world is fucking becoming trash day by day. Yeah, I agree. Or stake coins, right? So you can stake your money, and other cryptos can gain value and hold their value, and you get a percentage of that value because you're one of the whales holding your money in there, keeping the value of that coin up. And then maybe you can lock your money up for a certain amount of time, but you get a guaranteed insured return. If the coin goes bankrupt, you get FDIC insurance on your money type shit, you know? Like that would make a lot of sense. And that's a good way to keep the value of crypto up while you benefit and not have it dump to zero when the whales decide to start selling. No, when it's time to sell, you get your money out in portions in a way that's not going to cause a disruption in the market. The coin needs to remain stable. You can get your returns and get your money out without being greedy. The returns are going to be insane once these coins start getting hella liquidity. Do you know how big USDC by Circle is? No idea. How big? How much liquidity is in there? What's their liquidity pool looking like? My crypto's down like 20%. Second biggest stable after USDT. Huh. Always close it. The humidity gets to the butt and dries it out. Or the dry air. If you ever leave it open, that makes the butt all crusty. And the THC evaporates into the air. Choppity chippity chop.
Yo lo hubiera sabido dónde venía la de Jennifer Dos Santos.
60 billion in market cap and 12 billion in volume. Daily volume. Jeez. This breakout might be valid. But the US dollar, bro, I don't trust the US dollar no more, bro. I don't know. Trump needs to do something because this DXY is not looking good. This DXY is not looking good, bro. That's not looking good. In 2025, we've dropped 6%. My boy. Nice. I get tossed around in these zones too much, so I prefer to wait for a good breakout. This is why you always take what's part of your plan. If your plan said take it, you take it. You never go by what somebody else says. This is where you'll start to really get fucked up in the markets, where you're starting to learn, you're starting to put A and B together, and you're starting to see things in the market and take your own trades, and they're starting to work out, and then boom, your mentor says something that opposes what you're thinking, and you're like, oh fuck. But your thinking is correct. You can both be correct. Just because he's in buys and you're in sells doesn't mean he's not going to be in drawdown for 6 pineapples before and you're in profit. You know what I mean? So always take your own trades. Because then if you start saying, oh no, shit, look, Wix is seeing buys, but I'm seeing sells. And then you take the buys with him and now you're in drawdown with him. When you could have just took your sells and been in profit. Last time, bro, you took buys and Wix took sells a minute after. We both won. Yeah. The other day, yesterday, I think it was, or no, the day before, when I said I'm going to get into some buys. And then I think Jay said, oh, I just closed for some sells with Wix. And then the buys played out immediately after. All right, we're starting to pop here. That's what I'm liking. I like that. Are we going to get a closure here? What's this 15 minute? Let's wait. Damn, what's this 15 minute? Let's wait for a 15-minute closure outside of the range, a pullback, and then a continuation. That's what I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for that 15 closure. Engine? Quick 10 pips. Yeah. I was going to take the rebreak of the high there, but I see we have 3 minutes left for this. I'm gonna wait it out. I like that break of the high though. That was the same idea for the break of the low here. The same idea. The SMA setup, this 1 minute candle pushed us underneath the SMAs. Our SMAs just crossed right now. So this buy setup is looking cleaner and cleaner every second. I just need a steeper pullback in that. I need this to form so that I can take that buy. I can't just take it off a 1 minute candle. But my target is here for a pullback and then for break even, and then I'm targeting the daily high. So let's see what we can do here. I need a pullback. Nice. Next 4 hour, my pullback would be nice for then it to go back. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Bitcoin down to 86K. Cool. When you get down to 50K, I'll buy. Burger King guy. Look at that. What a bitch. You know what this is saying? This is saying that Goldilocks just took out a lot of sellers. 15 minute close, no top wick. That's not something that I can take unless we get a steep enough pullback and then a rebreak of the high. That no top wick is nasty, but with the amount of volume that we're having, we could easily come up for that top wick and fill the rest of the range. Nate was just here a few minutes ago. He got out of break even on a money printer trade, or got out in profit or something. I don't know.
So I'd let go of it right there. I'm not even flexing now. Like I couldn't even flex. It was just off flex now.
What do you think? Ah, there he is. Must have been practicing the Ziz pose. The Ziz pose. Put it out. I didn't know that my mom was gonna call him.
I don't know why, but I was like, if he just said.
What's the Ziz pose? I don't know how it goes. All I know is this one.
Isn't that? Yeah,
You go like this or something. He goes like this. I don't know, with his hands, like, I don't know. Look at that dump, pump, dump. Let's see what we can do here. I don't think we pumped off of like a strong enough level, or did we? Yeah, man. We've already touched previous hourly resistance here. We created a top wick for that hourly high. We did respect this though. We did create a lower low. We are in a downtrend here. So it's getting a little tough here to see. This is what it's looking like to me. High, low, high, low, high, low. That's what it's looking like to me. How you been, SL? How's the journey going for you? That's a pretty steep pullback. Cinnamon Toast Crunch sounds like a Zin flavor. What are Zins?
Like they're kind of like tobacco chew, but it's a patch and you put it in your mouth. It's nicotine.
That's
Disgusting.
That's just gonna make me throw up. Tobacco is the reason that I would like chew. That's why I like blunts, cause cigars. Do we form a low here before continuing up? Since Trump got in office, my Roth IRA went down 4%, but all time it's up 23%. If this gave me a top wick up here, re-breaking the high and then coming back down, I would have taken sells. But it only retested once. I'm not interested. Well, it just makes you think, was the value of the majority of these things even real? Like a hyperinflated stock market with hyperinflated printed money? Like, was that pump even real? That's what sketches me out. And are things just going back to normal? Which will give everybody an opportunity to buy the dip and make bread. We're getting volume here in the last 6 minutes of this hourly candle. We know the next hourly is going to give us a top or a bottom wick. So what are you doing, gold? Since Trump got in office, I've made a killing. Well, since he's got in office, I have made a lot more money. 100%.
He needs to boom the card industry.
I'm going to take a sell stop here.
What?
What are you trying to show me?
Potatoes, beef, maybe not. It has 577. 522 calories. 92, or sorry, 85 grams of protein.
That activated me. What the fuck?
That's a fire ass meal. Potatoes, beef.
I'm gonna trade right now.
By herself.
So. Can we get the push down now? It's like price isn't even moving on my screen. Kind of bouncing off this order block. Yeah, I'm not liking this pop. I'm going to close it here at 10 pips and take the loss. I don't like how we didn't flip bearish here. I don't like how this formed support here at this area above the resistance. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to cut that short and wait for another setup. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for this 4 hour and see what kind of movement it prints. It could pop down as soon on the opening and put us in profit, but I don't like how it came down, activated us, came up, retested this resistance, and then came back down and didn't break. Because of the fact that it didn't break, I should have been closing break even here, and I was waiting for another pullback to close break even. So I just decided to take the 10 pip loss just in case the next 4 hour candles decides to pop up really high and continue bullish. I'm not fully convinced of the buys just yet, because if this hourly comes up, creates a top wick, and then flips bearish again, we're just following the trend straight down. Yeah, it's 10 pips, not a big deal. I lose 10 pips a day in commissions. Yeah, we're starting to break the trend line here. Drizzy, I'm taking buys. Nice. Nice. What time did you say that? 8:58? Oh, you said that right before I closed. Isn't the trend bullish? Yes. Sort of. The higher time frame trend is bearish. This could be the lower high respecting this area for a continuation down. This could be the lower low, the lower high. So the higher time frame is bearish, but we have came to a major level of support and we're bouncing off of it. So to confirm that it's really a support, this thing is going to have to come up, re-break the highs, and then continue up here. But we can easily, if we don't break these highs here, and this continues bearish, then it's just going to come back down into range, possibly re-break the lows. So like you got to bounce here all the way down here, and then it's only bouncing here. So if this move gave us enough volume for this, will that same level give us the same kind of volume to the upside? or is the hole or is it going to continue down? The world may never know until candles close. So this trade could still play out. The hourly closed bullish, respecting all these levels, but the next hourly came up to create a top wick first and then started flipping bearish, which means that the hourly probably needs a steep bottom wick in order to continue up. So this, if we would have stayed in the trade right here, this would have been our break-even point being tapped once again. Oh, let's wait for a closure. Yeah, we all thought that was an alien. I was like, no way am I seeing a UFO. But it was flying so perfectly and so straight, and I'm like, nah, that ain't no UFO. I'm gonna buy stop here. Oh. I only got one of my entries in. What the hell? That was a weak money printer. I was technically gonna put it a pip higher, but maybe that's why it activated me. Wow, look at that dump. Crazy that that money printer activated me by like a singular pip. I'm gonna take my second position here and get a lower entry because it didn't activate my second position, but I'm not taking a pineapple there. Since it only activated one of my positions, I'm taking a lower entry. So this kind of benefited me. Cadê o calculador? I got like $2. You got another $1?
Yeah. Then I fasted today from breakfast till now.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to keep doing it fasting at least 8 hours.
This might come all the way back down to the lows before coming back up. The reason for the buy was the money printer respecting this level here. It activated me by 1 pip, so I think it was just spreads that got me. So I had a buy stop set right above this level here. I wanted this 5 minute to flip, and the next candle gapped up and then flipped. This candle gapped up but didn't flip. You see how there's no top wick? It never gave me that top wick. Oh, this is a massive dump. I'm gonna take a pineapple here. Nice, nice. This technically shouldn't have been an entry. My buy stop was should have been a pip higher. I was trying to move it a bit higher, but it activated me. So this was all it gapped up here and never flipped on the money printer here. See if we can get a decent pop back up into range here. See what it do when the 15 closes here. Up 40 for Asian, so I'm gonna chill and make it smooth. You're a savage. I am currently down 10 for Asian, 10 pips for Asian, and I am currently in drawdown. So the bottom wick first is good, but then we expect a flip. We closed there at 12 pips. Yeah, that put me at minus 4 pips. That didn't even give me shit. Let's wait for a better setup. Yeah, that's why I closed this one for 10 pips. So I'm basically minus 4 pips for the session. I basically paid commission. It's not popping when I want to. It's not moving when I want to. So I'd rather just close and move on to the next one. You have two possibilities, right? Either we're going to come right back down to retest the lows, in which case we're going to have two pineapples in drawdown for another 25 pips, which would be 50 pips of drawdown. I'm risking 75 pips total on this trade, right? When something like that happens, you come to the decision, all right, what's the probability of this continuing up versus it continuing down? It was forming proper structure here, but how do I like it to move personally? I like to be trending upwards when we're under the SMAs like this, right? The fact that we're over like this, that we rejected the 20 to the T here. We're coming back down to retest the 10. I'm like, all right, I'm not trying to be in pineapple drawdown for 15 pips. That's 30 pips of drawdown. I'm not trying to be in more drawdown. So because I gave it a chance once, I went into drawdown. I gave it a chance again, and it didn't drive. I closed at 6 pips, which was 12 pips, minus the 10 from earlier. Puts me at 2 pips, but I paid commissions for like 6 or 7 lots, or 6 or 7 contracts. So I'm down 4 pips. Basically break even for the night. But yeah, I got the PA funded yesterday, or Asian session of the day before, and till now I've made 200 bucks on the account already. So within a couple of sessions I've made 200 bucks. So I'm thinking that by the end of the month I should be able to withdraw. Yeah. No, today was my best day. 90 pip day. And when I got onto the charts, I saw this setup and I said, that's a sell stop. I said, daily low, that's a sell stop. And then I was like, nah, I'm not like relaxed fully. I'm not fully set up yet. I don't have anything loaded up. I'm just really kind of glancing at the charts. I'm just gonna chill out. And it dumped 100 pips right after. Technically, this shouldn't have been activated. When I first set my buy stop, I set it here. And that was too high because that was my break-even point. So I was calculating from here down how many pips it was to the opening of the candle. And I was like, damn, regardless, it's not enough to be a decent break-even point. So then I was like, how many pips to the wick? And then I measured the wick and I'm like, cool, this is 10. So that means that I can move this a little bit lower and get like 13, 14 pips to the top of the wick. And then I would be break even by like 13 pips, which is decent, and then the next pop would bring me up to the full 20. So my sell stop should have technically been, or my buy stop should have technically been right here, just above this level for full confirmation that the money printer was going to play out. But on futures, we gapped up on this candle, and that's what activated me. It shouldn't have. My sell stop, and I had plenty of like pips here. I have one here, two, three. So I had like 6 pips of room here. So it would have had to flip for 6 pips and activate me. So that's what I was really looking for. All right, this is the 9:30 candle. We are coming up for a top wick. Let me switch to 2 contracts here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a buy stop. Well, let's see if we can pull back and then there we go. Reload.
Oh, by the way, what you saw was a spacecraft from SpaceX that blew up.
Oh, yo, so you know the video that I showed you guys earlier of the UFO? It wasn't no UFO, it was a spacecraft from SpaceX that blew up. That blew up. That's wild. Yeah, it's the exact same thing that we all saw. That's the exact same thing that we all saw. You're suspect. this flip, breaking the highs, that should be the drive. That gave me 7 pips. You're still holding? Holy shit. You're up 60? I'm down 5. Let's hope the markets hear you and fly straight to TP. What I'm expecting after seeing this is the same thing as what happened here. Yeah, I'm break even here. This should flip and just drive. It gave me 9, 10 for like a second. Is it gonna do the same thing as it did before? I'm gonna close everything. Did I lose any commissions here? Yeah. Oh well. This zone is deadly. We're back into chop. Yeah, heavy. Yo, drop a like, chat, if you're watching this. Good closure, huh? Good break even, my boy. What you gotta do, you manage risk. How you gotta manage risk? It is what it is. Like closing this trade break even. Was I willing to go another 15 pips in drawdown on 2 entries, 30 pips to catch the pop up? Maybe I could have held. But with the way this high came first and the way structure was forming, that was a failed move, my friend. That could have been the lower high for a continuation down. Let me. Hopefully this keeps pumping for you. Oh, damn, my bad. I wasn't reading. I was trying not to read chat so that I wouldn't get tempted into to manage risk prematurely. Because that's happened before. Like we could easily have contradicting opinions, like when Jay said he was in buys and I was contemplating sells here. The sells literally dumped for 50 pips. I was just out for -10. And he still came out positive 85 pips. So we could literally be in opposite trades within the same range and both come out positive. So never be afraid to take the opposite trade as somebody else. Never. What up, dude? I am down 5 pips for the session in commissions.
It's freezing balls outside.
What's up with fucking Florida, bro? The weather...
It's supposed to drop down to 51.
The weather just dropped down to 62 degrees from 85 that it was today.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning is going to be 56. Friday, 50.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh. Saturday, 61. Tuesday, back to the 50s. All week, low 60s, high 80s. Florida is the most bipolar phenomenon I've ever seen.
It's the most, I can't say the most.
Yeah. R-worded?
No, I was going to say the most fun.
Yo, Apex is having a sale for a couple more days. Make sure you take advantage. Get yourself a 50K funded if you're don't got no moolah for a personal account. Very much worth it. Like this guy Wyland Trades, he was full porting his accounts, trying to get to pay out fast on his new set of PAs. And then he blew them all. And then within 45 minutes, or like a couple hours, sorry, he passed a whole set of new 20 PAs and activated them all. And I think went back to full porting. He leaked how much he makes from affiliates codes, and he makes 100 grand a week from affiliate codes. 100 grand a week. That's wild. It's pretty transparent though, because he wants to prove that he makes more trading than he does from anything else. So showing how much you make from YouTube and how much you make from affiliates and shit like that, that makes a whole lot of sense. Why he would do that. He's like, look, I make way more trading than I do with the other stuff. But the other stuff is still hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter if you're making $1 million a year trading. Are you gonna throw away another 100 grand a month? No. Why would you do that? It's passive income. It's easy passive income. The day you decide to stop trading, that legacy lives on the internet forever, and the code lives on forever, and it's passive income forever. Income from ad revenue forever. God forbid you fucking break both of your arms and now you can't trade. And now, if that's your only source of income, you're fucked. You gotta have outside investments as well. That's why I like this YouTube stuff. Bro, I had a whole catalog of like 500 videos of workout stuff that didn't do shit on YouTube. Yeah, my mom's doctor told her that running was causing her the pain that she was talking about. Because she was having a lot of lower back pain and a lot of like different kinds of pains, and it's because she fucking runs nonstop. Look at that pump. I've seen this before. This is where it just keeps going. That's the pump we were looking for on the buy stops here. So it just happened 20 pips later. Full TP would have been right there. Setting another buy stop here wouldn't have been bad. I just don't like the way these candles popped. It is what it is. Sometimes you're early, sometimes you're late, sometimes you manage risk a little bit too much. But at the end of the day, if you came out break even and without a loss, nothing is better than that. So that's the 5-minute pumping. We have wicks on everything. 15-minute wick, 30-minute flipping bullish. What does it look like here? Damn. A buy stop here. It would have to be 2. Come up and reflip. Oh, the tiniest blunt ever.
Huh? Yeah, I left you one, bud. I was trying to...
Oh, we smoke too much?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was figured we would roll another one if anything, but I was like, damn, it was still a pretty big blunt.
$1,000 a month just from streaming with 200 viewers. YouTube denied my monetization, so I don't make anything from YouTube. They denied it for like 3-4 times now, so I can't apply for like 6 months. But that's not the point, right? The point is to build the YouTube, build the audience, keep growing, keep growing, keep growing, and eventually later when they monetize me, cool. I don't need to make money off of YouTube. I need to make money off of trading. I need to get paid out. I need to make money. What am I? That. I also trade New York session, but I don't stream New York session. Yeah, YouTube tries me. It's all good though. What a buy stop, huh? I hope some of you guys with like Forex brokers didn't get like activated early and have to sit through like drawdown while I'm not in a trade. That's annoying. Yeah. That's the one thing about Forex, that sometimes the moves are larger, but the spreads can kind of get you. But overall, it it works out. But sometimes my trades come down to that buy stop activating, and if it doesn't activate that buy stop and it reverses, like when I had a buy stop up here earlier, like it never got activated, so I deleted it. If it would have gotten activated by spreads, that would have been shitty. That would have really taken me forever to recover from that one. Our daily doesn't have a top wick. So I'm assuming we should be coming up to grab some orders from up there. So that's why with this pump upwards, the consolidation, and the rebreak of the high, we should get a pump to at least this previous high. So I think my TP is pretty conservative there. What you laughing at, Nate? Now I'm in. My spreads are very high right now. That was 10 pips and I don't see much, but let's let it pop. We're break even there. Yeah, I was contemplating closing there. That was like 15 pips in profit, but it didn't really show. Yeah, that's a full closure there for 10 pips. 8 pips. What was that closure at? Yeah. And there it goes. That was the last trade for the night. So what's that? 3 break evens and 1 10 pip trade. Spreads are so bad. That was 11 pips, but I had 4 pips of spreads. Or 3 pips of spreads. Dookie. So I'm up 0.5% in 1.5 sessions, right? Doing, what is that? Probably about 2% a week, which is about 8% a month. That's pretty fucking good. I've been doing about 2% a week. What a closure. I just did the math. If you consistently do 2% a year, a week, on a 50K account, and you continually reinvest the profits, you'll have 135K by the end of the year. $299 fucking pips, my dude. I'm up 0 pips for the session after commissions. My setups just aren't playing out right away tonight. Or they are, but I could have closed 2 of these trades 10 pips in profit. But I'm not just. But my idea is not to just catch 10 pips. I'm looking for a bit more. I'm accepting those break evens. I could have been up 20 pips for the session. 20 pips on those two break evens because they ran 10 pips each, and then on that four on that other entry it was 6 pips, so that's 12. So that would have been 32 pips for the session if I just closed everything at 10 pips. I would have had 32 pips for today's session. So it's like give and take. I'm giving up 32 pips for trying to catch one trade that runs 20 to 30 pips. Full TP, and then I can scalp the next one. Beautiful. 16 pips for my entry. Why'd you do me like that? Slacking. Yeah, right, dog. I don't get a chance to pineapple, so I can't stack. It's insta let profit. You're a savage. Yeah, I don't like this trickle up. This is a good trade though still. All of these trades were all still good trades if you wanted to sit here and sit through 20 more minutes of being in the trade, but I'm not into that. I'd rather just close. It's gotta I need my instant gratification. The more I snipe those kind of entries, the better it'll be for me. What do we have for news tomorrow? Hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. We are gonna take fucking dumps tomorrow. Powell speaks at 12:30. President Trump speaks at 1:30. Why is it an orange folder this time? Maybe they're catching his drift. Like the last time that he spoke, that wasn't a red folder event. That was an orange folder event. That kind of volume wasn't red folders like. Powell and Trump. So, if Powell says Chupapi Muñeño and Trump says I agree, gold's gonna dump. Just know. Yeah, this is still solid. Whoever's holding, I would still be holding if I was in it still, but it took me out break even. Once that re-breaks the high, we have all this clean range here. Or if you don't like the trade, it gave you one opportunity to get out in profit, two opportunities to get out in profit, three in profit, break even. You decide whatever the hell you want to do. But the entry was here. And now you're either up 13 pips or hovering up 9-10 pips. And that's where your own risk management and your own decision comes into play. Because I could take a rebreak of the high here. It would still be valid, but I only have 11 pips until the next resistance that's heavy. And I don't like that. It would be ideal if we were in here, so that once it does rebreak the high, you ideally fully close all the way up there. Look at Bitcoin. That's an insta sell. There's literally no point in pressing buy. I can just press sell right now on Bitcoin and fucking make $1 million. Do you have Bitcoin? No, I don't have any Bitcoin. So we have, all right, we're my gap theory. Check this out. Anytime that we gap up on on a price like this, every time that we retest the gap, we always mimic similar pushes to this, right? So we retested the gap and then we re-gapped to the upside. Now we're retesting the previous gap and this gap. So what am I thinking? Ideally, Bitcoin retests this 80,000 level, 79,000 level, anywhere in this gap again, right? To like 79,000. Maybe wicks down to like 78,000, somewhere in this range, and then comes back up. We have a nice gap here on futures. So usually that tells me there's a massive amount of orders here. Bullish orders. So price wicked it, drove up, wicked it, drove up. If we can wick it one more time and drive up, or maybe this was the last wick before continuing and flipping bullish. You want me to short Bitcoin, bro? That's a sell. But it's not even moving. Look at these candles. $500 pips. Holy shit, 500 pips. No, I'll set an alarm here. If we break back into this range and break the daily low, I'll be looking for buys. If we can break into this range here. $30 seconds left. Let's remove all these drawings. And we're flipping bearish here off the highs. Yep. That hourly closure. Hourly closure closed bullish. We closed up above this range, up above all these ranges. We're coming down for a bottom wick first. This 30 closed bullish. We came down, grabbed the bottom wick for the previous 15 and are now flipping bullish. Good night, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of volume this hourly close. Hey yo, Don is on stream. And he said Elden Ring until NFP. Ain't no way you're gonna be playing all night until NFP. Are we about to break these highs? Yeah, I'm calling it. Fuck it. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Drop a like. We'll be back next week. This week, we had one loss and like 4 or 5 wins. Pretty decent week. All the wins made up for the losses. Today was plus 10, minus 10. But that one was minus 10 on like half a position. And then the other ones were break evens. Have a good night, SL. Thank you. Take it easy, everybody.